Hello everybody and welcome to another video on my channel. So today's video has been a sort of video that has taken a long process to complete for you guys, but I am very excited to finally present to you guys my review and installation and a little bit of a demo on my Nova Flair. So I ordered a Nova Flair from Paul at Glam Up Nails. I will link all his products, or not his products, all his website and stuff down below. If you are in need of a vacuum system, definitely highly recommend Paul. He has been nothing but amazing in getting me my vacuum and helping me with any questions I've had. So definitely go check out his website and stuff and order yourself one because you will not regret it. So my old vacuum system quit on me. I was using the Ave NW or whatever it's called. It hooks onto my handpiece and it was very loud. It worked good, but it was extremely loud and I burnt out the motor multiple times. So I really have wanted the Nova Flair for a really long time. It's been on my wish list forever, but it is a high price item, but it's well worth every single penny. Anyway, so once my Erica vacuum died, then I was just using a little portable one with dust bags underneath, and it was horrible. I absolutely hated that thing. But it did a purpose. It at least sucked the dust out of my face. It didn't suck it into a filter or anything, it just sucked it down. So it was better than nothing, but once my Nova Flair came in, I have been so happy with how it's been performing. So in this video, there will be clips of me getting the package, me installing it. We had to create a new tabletop for me, so there's clips of how we created the tabletop, and then I will also include a demo of how well it suctions, how noisy it is, and I'm also going to show you how I clean it. So let's jump in and take a look at the Nova Flair. Okay, so this is kind of a weird angle. I am sitting on the floor in my salon. Sorry if I kind of cut myself out, but this is how the Nova Flair comes. So it's really, like, in comparison to my arm, it's really not that big, which I was super surprised at how small this came. I was expecting it to be a really large package, but it's not. So I am going to zoom in a little closer and let's cut this bad boy open and let's see how it comes. So it comes with these two papers on top. So the first one just says, "Congratulations, you are now a proud owner of one of the best nail dust filtration systems, the Nova Flair." So it's just a little bit of information about the Nova Flair. And then this one is just how to install it into your desk. So I have to make sure not to lose this paper. Okay, so this is just the plate that sits on top of my desk. Okay, so here is the system. So it's really, like, in comparison to my arm, it's a little bit bigger than my fingertips to my elbow. And it's about the same from my fingertips to my elbow in length. So it's really not that big of a unit. So there are your controls and stuff. So this is what would be facing me at my workstation. So this gets installed underneath the desk. So this right here will come up through the desk a little bit, and then these are my controls for it at my fingertips. So then all your clients will see is just a small white box, which really, it's not even that deep. It's like about the same, little shorter than my hand width wise. Oh, and I forgot to show you me opening this up. This is just the power cord for it. Okay, so this board right here, it's just a piece of plywood. It's 3/4 inch plywood, I believe. And we are just going to trim it down to the size I want my desk. And then we are painting it and covering it, cutting the hole in, and that's what we are going to use as my new desktop because my current one is hollow and is a little too wide, I believe. I'll show you what it looks like right now. Okay, so kind of ignore the mess, but this is my current tabletop, and as you can see, it's very wide, and we discovered that it's hollow. We drilled a little hole in right kind of over here, and it's hollow. So we are using that plank to make me a new tabletop, and I will keep using my 2 Alex drawers. Okay, in this clip you see Brian and I measuring out how we want to cut down this piece of plywood. So it is way too wide, so we are cutting off a piece off one end, and then it will be a perfect width. Okay, and here we positioned where we want to make the hole, and we started cutting it, and this is what the finished piece of plywood looks like. And then here I am just using a piece of sanding paper just to smooth out any rough patches. Okay, and then here, this is how we let the linoleum stick on top. So we applied some silicone, and then we smoothed it out, put my old tabletop along with some solutions to let it sit with no bubbles. And then this is my dad helping me cut off the extra, and then we just had to drill in the Nova Flair, and it was ready to go. The Nova Flair has a super easy installation process. Here we go. Okay, so this is what the finished product from my desk looks like. We built the tabletop of it, and I absolutely love it. It came together amazing. So what it is built out of is a piece of plywood, some linoleum on top, and then we just got some edging to go along the sides. And then on top of my drawers here, these are Alex drawer units from IKEA. And then on top of it, we just have some drawer liner from, I think it's just from the dollar store, I'm not sure. I'm not loving this top, but it's serving its purpose for right now. And then these black things you see under here, I will insert pictures that show them better. They are just some kind of piping from the hardware store. They're about this thick. They're just round circular black piping of some sort. I'm not exactly sure what they're used for, but they have raised it up to a perfect height for me. I am not nearly as hunched over, so that's kind of an overlay of my new tabletop. Now let's get back into talking about the Nova Flair. Okay, so I have just prepped a tip here, and I will show you how well the suction is and how loud it is. I just want to show you kind of the controls before we get started. Okay, so what you're looking at right now is the bottom. This is kind of what I see at my desk. And so this right here is the on-off power switch, and then this is the adjustable kind of speed of it, and then over here is just the removable tray. Anyway, so where it's at right now, that's about where I use it when I'm doing my filing. I sometimes have it about here usually, actually. So I have it at a very low speed, and it works amazingly well. I love it. Even at high speed though, it works great. And then it's just a push of a button and it's on. Okay, so it's on right now, and I am talking at the exact same level that I was before, and you can still perfectly hear me. It is a very, very quiet vacuum. I'll turn it up full blast to show you how loud it gets, but it's still a very manageable level. So that's how loud it is at the highest setting. I don't know why you would need it this loud, but it's still very quiet. You can still definitely hold a conversation with your clients. But now I have it turned down to where I use it, and I've just put a little bit of gel over this nail right here, and I'm just going to show you how well the suction is on this. So you can see it is all getting sucked right down into that filter. It's not going anywhere. You do still get dust on your hands, but you brush it off with a light brush and it all gets sucked right down into that filter. So it goes right down. There's nothing flying up in your face whatsoever. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this. This is one thing that I'm not completely happy with yet about my desk, but this grate moves really easily for me. I know the desktops Paul creates, this thing is a little bit more secure, but I still need to come up with a solution on how to secure this easier. I still want to remove it easily, so I don't want to glue it down or anything. So if any of you have any suggestions on how I can stop this from moving around so easily, please leave them down below. That would be awesome. But this is just what it looks like. So the grate part just comes off. And then you can see down there that I do have a pile of dust. I am going to show you guys how I clean it. So this is from about 2 weeks worth of using my system. I have that pile of dust, and then actually over here is the filter for the vacuum. So let's open it up and clean it out. Oh, my kitty wants to help me. So then this part just comes off, and it is just a nice padded material underneath. So you get a nice clean suction to it, which I really like. So this just comes off. And then this down here is a little tray that comes out. And then this right here is your filter. So I am going to pull that out right now. There will be some dust and stuff that falls out with that, but that is to be expected. Okay, and then you flip it over, and this is where the majority of that dust has been trapped. You can kind of see it in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake this out, and then we will give it a good vacuum. So you can see there's some dust and stuff in here as well. This tray comes out, so we'll take that out and vacuum out everything inside as well. So you can see how much dust this thing has collected. This is actually ridiculous. I can't believe it's caught this much dust. Okay, I'm going to vacuum out the rest of that and the inside of the system. Okay, so I'm just going to take this tray out, and it just pulls out. So this is what is stuck on the tray. So this pile right here is what you saw from the top view. This is where the hole in my desk is. So there's quite a bit that's caught on here, but it will vacuum up like nothing. And then we will tackle the inside of the machine and get that all nice and clean as well. Okay, and now I'm just going to go in with a wipe and wipe everything out, and then we will put it back together. Okay, so I bought the Nova Flair T1, I believe it is. I know there is a T2, and it has double fans. Mine is just a single fan unit, and then I also know there is a desktop version, which would be really nice as well. So I have about 3 to 4 clients a day typically, 5 days a week. So I am not ridiculously, I'm not at full capacity yet, but I feel like this vacuum would hold me until I was at full capacity. I might need to change out the filters a little bit more often, but I think in terms of power, I think it would be perfect for what I need in my salon. And I absolutely love it. Yes, I still do get dust on my hands, but I typically wear gloves when I work, so it's not a big deal. And I just have like a little fluffy brush, and I brush off my clients' hands, my hands when I'm done filing, and it works perfectly. My old vacuum I could only use when I was using my e-file, and this one I can use when I'm hand filing as well, which I love. It's definitely reduced the dust in my entire salon. Before, my whole salon used to be covered in dust, and now I don't have any dust virtually anywhere. It all gets sucked down, and the stuff that doesn't, I just easily wipe off of my hands, and it gets sucked down as well. So I highly, highly, highly recommend the Nova Flair. It is an amazing unit. I absolutely love it. No regrets whatsoever. It was definitely money well spent. Here are just some quick before and after pictures of my new desk. I absolutely am in love with it. Be sure to stay tuned for my video next week. Until then, bye for now.